Ooh, fancy.
Fancy.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Yeah, we just can't catch a break. There's audio issues last week. As you heard, it worked this week if you can't hear us, and our mouth is just moving. Somebody tell the people who can't hear to just fix their computer, because it's not us this time. Okay, we are having mouse issues in game with our current build. We can't see the mouse, so it's going to be really interesting. We're going to make it work.
Yes.
I'm the Blue Muzzy. This is Sock.
Hi.
We are, I'm community manager, and she is QA specialist for Loke, and so she knows a lot of things. She gets to test all the builds, essentially. So that's why I like having her on here. She's very knowledgeable. So we've got a lot to go through today. We're actually going to, this is the second stream for Phase 4, and we're going to go over the part that we ended up having to rush last time because we were late due to the audio issues, and that's going to be the lunar, the lunarite and the Luna gems, or Luna frosts.
Luna frosts, yes, not Luna gems.
Yep. So yeah, go ahead.
Let's hop in game.
Yeah, we'll jump in game and we'll go over that stuff right now.
So yeah, let's pick back up where we left off last time, which are the Luna Frosts and the new copper, silver, and golden crates that are added to the game.
Right. I just want to point this out.
Yes.
That right now our camera is over the inventory, so we might want to move the inventory. This may take us a minute.
Okay.
We have to figure out where the top of the mouse is.
Where is my mouse? There. I saw something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
we did
it, you guys.
And look, the cursor shows up when you go into that mode.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, my
good.
cursor is not showing up, so
bear
with me.
Everyone can see this stuff.
Okay, I can't open the honor shop, but you will.
Oh my God.
You will see that the Luna Frosts are removed from the honor shop with the July update. The way that you acquire them after the update is with the regular crates, such as Princess Crate, Ancestral Crates.
The Larceny Crates.
The Larceny Crates, exactly. These now have a chance to drop a sealed version of the Luna Frost, depending on how low level, I guess, the crate is. The ones that you want, which are the Flawless, Honor Bound, and Honor Bold ones, drop from Princess, Queens, and from Ancestral Crates. So this is the way how you will be obtaining Luna Frosts going forward. Now, okay, you can see the two-tilt now for the Honor Bolt Luna Frost. When you receive it, please note that it is a sealed version, which means when you open it, you can't pick which one you want. It's going to open into one of the different kinds of Luna Frosts that currently exist on the Honor Shop. These Luna Frosts do not include the ones that are on the loyalty stores.
Right.
Those are still on the store. It's literally just the Luna Frost that you currently buy for Honor on the Honor Shop.
Yeah.
So if you get a Luna Frost that you don't like, you can use an even stone to even stone the Luna Frost, and that will turn it into Lunarite. Now, there has been a function added to Lunarite where you combine it. Come on, mouse.
Term of Chaos, basically. That's part of it.
Yeah. So if you combine 30 Lunarite, 6 fine Lunarite, or 2 superior Lunarite, you can turn them into another sealed version, and it will give you either a sealed Flawless, Honor Bold, or Honor Bound version of the Luna Frost. So there is two ways how you can get those through the crate or through Lunarites. So I'll combine one of those. You can see I got a Flawless for this.
So just a quick question, I think we talked about it last week actually, but if you have Prince's crates or any of the Larceny crates in your inventory right now, they will be converted to the new crates, to the new drop table essentially. So if you want the things that are in crates now,
yes, open them now.
Or at least before the
update.
Yeah, before the update. Exactly.
And we briefly touched on what the other content is of the crates after the update. Last time, if you want to go back to last time's stream, it's basically Garden Powder, glowing prisms. There's some XP potions for lower level characters. You can
go to the last stream and you guys can see all of that stuff. Yes, they're going to be bound. Unfortunately, I'm just going to put this out there. Having a high Larceny proficiency, I am very saddened by these changes, but it is what it is, and we pushed back on it as much as we could. This was one of the ones that we did not win, but maybe you can find use for your Larceny in another way. It still reduces labor for all of that stuff. So good luck with this new system. I agree, Niver. A lot of people have definitely had issues with this, and we've heard you. And we've actually sent it in part of our report this last week, and it will probably be in this week's report as well for the how it's received by the community.
But yes, now that you know what the changes that is coming, you know, do express your feelings on the forum. Let us know.
Absolutely.
So we also have the player voice there to present.
Relum BE. We'll talk about that in a bit. Don't worry.
Okay. So that's a change to Luna Frost. Now let's talk about the newly added copper, silver, and gold crate. They're specifically called locked, so you know you will need a key to open them. Now those crates are separate from the already existing metallic crates, so if you already have some crates, those will not change. Those will still stay the same, but you basically can't obtain them anymore. Instead, you will be able to get the new crates. Come on, Hovercop. There you go. So the locked copper crates are the ones that you can get from killing the Shadow Invasion monsters. When you kill those,
not just the bosses. It used to be just the bosses.
Well, no, so
or the sub bosses. Sorry,
yes.
Yeah.
So instead of you used to get golden crates, right? From
right. I'm sorry. That's
bunch of Shadow Invasion monsters. Now you get the locked copper crates from the regular mobs of the Shadow Invasion, if you will. Locked copper crates can contain fine lunarite. They can contain sun, moon, and star points. They can also contain lucky shards. So sun point, moon point, and star point shards. When you combine enough shards, you get a full point out of it. The second tier up are the silver. Is the silver lock crate? Come on. Silver lock crates will contain, besides coins, all three will have like gold in it too. Fine lunarite, sun points, moon points, star points, superior lunarite, and then full-on sun points, moon points, and star points. With a chance, of course. What you get, you can't decide. It's still, you have to open and hope that you get it, but it is part of the drop table. What can come out of the crate. Then the highest tier up are the golden crates. The golden crates drop from high tier, like the primordial world bosses, such as like Leviathan. There's some Aurora bosses included, like Anthalon, Glen and Maina.
Yeah.
Jola is not included in that list for some reason.
Yeah, I know. And she's like equivalent with Glen and Maina, and should be, but isn't.
And the gold crate has also the chance to drop superior lunarite, coins, tier 1 Luna gems, resplendent weapon regrade scrolls, armor scrolls, and accessory scrolls, and then a new item called Mana Storm Crystal.
Right, and that's kind of the exciting thing for the gold crates, honestly.
I've seen someone bring it up on a forum before too. They called it Palace Crystal, which was the Korean name for it. We call it the Mana Storm Crystal, and this can drop from locked golden crates. What the Mana Storm Crystal is a way for you to craft mounts and other ways of travel in game. If I could.
Real quick, where does silver crates drop from?
Sorry, I had that written down. Silver crates are from elite mobs in Aurora.
Right, there you go. So farm Aurora for silvers. And these, just to remind people, these don't convert. If you have these in your...
Oh yeah, those are brand new. They have nothing to do with the metallic crates.
Right, they have a new item ID, so this is different from the larceny crates. If you have metallic crates in your inventory, you can open them up after the patch, and they should not convert because they have a completely different item ID.
Sorry, it took me a second to find the UI on the folio.
Yeah.
So we are talking about the Mana Storm crystals right now that are dropping from the locked golden crates. The Mana Storm crystals can be exchanged. They can be crafted into various mountain pets, like the Frost Dragon, the Typhoon Drake, Flaming and Freezing Soul Scar. There is also pet armor that you can craft using those crystals.
I mean, these are free. You just play the game and you can get these things. So, if it's a lot, it's a lot. But they're also not available
any other way in game.
Because we don't sell these mounts anymore. It's things that we have sold in the past. Now you can get them for free, but you do have to do some grinding.
But yes, mind you, it's
not time free.
Yes, mind you, they do cost a lot of mana crystals.
They do.
And you only have a chance of getting mana crystals from locked golden crates. So it's still going to take, it's going to take a lot of time grinding those mobs to get the Mana Storm crystals that you need. But yes, so that is an option or something nice for you to work towards.
It is. It's a lot of grinding in a game that came from a Korean MMO, which is known for that kind of thing. But you can get these things, for free. It just it takes time.
Oh my god.
And it should, honestly. I think that it's fair that it takes that much time.
Yes. And just to verify, the Mana Storm crystals are bound as expected, so you can't sell them on the auction house.
Yeah. And
which makes it harder to...
The pet that you get is not wrapped either,
yes.
correct?
You just craft it for yourself.
It's for yourself. It's still bound.
Yep.
So if you go down this route, it is for you. Yep.
And so those are the main crate changes that are coming.
Right.
And Luna Frost. So let's talk about gear.
Do you want to go down to Hyrum first?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's start with Hyrum. So with this update, Tier 2 Hyrum is coming out, which we're calling Radiant Hyrum gear. With that,
that's the Awakening.
That's the Awakening.
Yeah, you guys have heard
Awakening is
that
the
term
process
a
of
bunch.
turning Tier 1 Hyrum into Tier 2 Hyrum.
Right.
There's also quests that are coming with this new update, along with new mobs. You will find that there are Hyrum Heralds in Reedwind, Exalock, and Sungold, and they will offer you a daily quest. Those daily quests require you to go and kill monsters in an area, and it doesn't have to be Abyssal Legion, it can be any of the mobs in the area to complete. And the Reedwind quest requires you to kill 100 mobs, Exalock 50 mobs, and Sungold 50 mobs. When you complete that, you will get Hyrum Awakening Scrolls as a reward. And again, those are dailies. The Hyrum Awakening Scrolls are not tradable, if I remember correctly.
If you can find it with your mouse.
I will eventually. Where is it? Up there. There you go, almost there.
Okay.
Untradeable.
Untradeable, yep.
So you can get a total of 20 Hyrum Awakening Scrolls per day doing those daily quests.
In 5, 5, and 10.
And it's
Right.
scrolls that you receive.
Yeah,
So Sungold and Exalock requires you to kill 50 mobs each. Those will give you 5 Hyrum scrolls in reward as a reward, and then Reedwind requires you to kill 100 mobs, and those will give you 10 scrolls as a reward.
What costume are you wearing? Somebody asked.
Oh, so
This
what
is your
I'm wearing
emo-
is
emo boy costume.
It's the Reedwind champion costume. Last time I
Pretty
was
cool.
wearing the same costume on a female version. This is an item that will come to the store, I think, with the update as well next week.
It was going to come this week, but we found issues with the items in the crate, so we had to push back, which is why we did the charm sale that's going on this week.
Yep.
But that should be in next week's.
So with those new quests, there's also going to be new mobs, which are the enraged versions of the Abyssal Legion mobs.
And no, Fresh Start does not get Reedwind yet.
But they will have Exalock and Sungold.
Yes.
Okay. So
No, they do get Reedwind. I apologize.
okay.
They do. I wrote that down somewhere too. Go ahead.
So the enraged mobs that were added from the Abyssal Legion.
Uh-oh. I can't remember. If somebody could please confirm that from the other side. I did not write that down. It is in the blog. I know. I apologize, guys. I know we're not getting Aegis, and I know we're not getting Whale Song.
Okay.
Oh, and we don't get... No, I'm sorry. We do not get Reedwind because there is no...
So
Fresh
Lestrada
Start.
just confirmed
Yeah,
it, no
Fresh Start
Reedwind.
does not get Reedwind because there's no
Okay.
Thunderwing Titan available either.
Okay.
That's
but
what I
so
was
you can
telling
go to Exalock and Sungold
You can, still.
and grind those mobs. Now, so I said
Sorry,
that you can kill any of the mobs in a zone to complete the quest. There is reasons though you might be interested in specifically killing the enraged Abyssal Legion mobs, and that is because of the things that they drop. So the enraged Abyssal Legion mobs have a chance to also drop Hyrum Awakening Scrolls. So this is your secondary way of getting those scrolls, is killing those. They also have a chance to drop an item called, where is it? Down here, I'm almost there. The unidentified Hyrum infusions. Those infusions will be used for, those are basically synthesis items that you can use to level up your Hyrum gear. So the enraged mobs are the only ones that have a chance to drop that.
And these are new mobs.
Those are
the
new
enraged
mobs.
ones.
The previous Abyssal Legion mobs that you have like in Diamond Shores and Golden Ruins and Nui Mari, those do not drop those things. It's specifically the ones that are added in the that are newly added to the 3 zones, Reedwind, Exalock, and Sungold.
And on Reedwind, there will be more of these guys in peacetime in Reedwind. That's just something to note. So if you go to Reedwind in peacetime, you're going to find more of these enraged guys. And if you go to Sungold and I actually wrote that down too. Let me take a look. Keep going. I know I have that
One
here.
thing to note is because the quest is picked up in like the NPC HUD in those 3 zones, and the guards are hostile to the pirates. So pirates have the option of picking up those 3 quests from the Agent of Morpheus in their hero hole.
Yeah.
So that's, I guess, a nice aspect. You don't have to deal with the guards aggroing you.
Mr. Vendetta, I'll have to look that up for you. I don't know if we have that answer yet. I have it written down, though. Yeah, so this is the other thing. If Exilok and Sungold are purified, there are more enraged mobs. So if you go to Reedwind during peace or Exilok and Sungold when it's purified, you'll have more options.
Yep. And so that's the way. So those are the 3 new daily quests that are added, the way that you can acquire Hyrum Guardian Scrolls. And now let's talk about what you do with the Hyrum Guardian Scrolls.
I love this. Thank you for supporting the Parrot faction. Keep in mind, this is not our decision. This is from XL.
Yeah.
They design the game. They kick us the builds, and we push back on things that we're not sure that we want here, and then we have to have that discussion. But one of those things, like, you can thank XL for that. That was a change. They wanted to give some pirate love, or some parrot love, as you say.
Parrot love.
Yeah.
So Hyrum. As most of you already are aware of, Hyrum can currently go all the way to Celestial, and once it hits Celestial, you can awaken it to the next tier, which is Radiant, and will go to Divine.
Right.
Now, important to note is that when you awaken your item, your Luna gems will stay, so those will not disappear. You'll also keep the same amount of slots, so it's not like you're going back
and
with slots.
that was a question. So it will
you keep all your gems.
When you awaken it will go down to rare.
Yes.
But you'll keep everything.
All your gems.
Yep.
Also, the stats that you have, you will keep those. I do have to mention that since you're going back to rare, you might get a temporary drop in like the amount that you have on those stats.
Yeah,
but you
some
can
stats.
get those back up.
They ramp pretty quickly.
But it's not like it's not going to re-roll your stats for you. You're going to keep those same stats.
And also, you don't need to max out your Celestial synth like to 100% in order to.
So from what we're seeing right now is once you hit Celestial, you don't have to max it. You
as
can
soon as you
awaken
hit
it.
Celestial, you can choose to awaken. And yes, Hyrum, we are getting the change where the Hyrum gear experience from synthesizing is actually increased. I think it was from 100 to 150, or there was some change. I may have that written down as well. Sorry, there's a lot, and I'm trying to go off of memory. And yes, I am tired a little bit. Thank you for noticing, I guess. All right, let's keep going.
To find my mouse again. Come on, mouse. So I opened the window for awakening.
I didn't write it.
As you can see, it takes 10 awakening scrolls and 300 labors to attempt to awaken a Hyrum, tier 1 Hyrum piece. Now you can see there's currently a 10% success chance. And what that means is if it succeeds, it will go to Radiant. Now what's important is if it fails, there's 2 things that can happen. Either nothing happens or it can crystallize.
Correct, Dwight. Sorry, D. White. I almost called you Dwight. Yes, if you have 6 gems slotted in your Celestial, when you awaken it, everything will stay. Even when it goes down to rare, you'll keep all the slots. Even if you don't have all of your slots filled, it will still maintain the same number of slots.
Yep.
There you go.
So when you awaken, you see the base chance is 10%. Now a nice feature that's added is that if you actually fail the awakening, and whether it crystallizes or it just nothing happens, you will see that you have a bonus success rate. So the more you try it, that one just went. Okay.
What?
That was successful.
Wait,
I wanted to show how it goes up. The more failures you have, it will go up.
What just happened?
What?
There are codes being handed out in chat. I was confused by that. I don't know what that is, but good. Yeah.
So that was actually, I wanted to show how the rate goes up. That one was a success right out. So yay, it went tier 2. So let me show you.
Perfect.
The tier 2. Please close window. Oh God, I have to really click the confirm
You're gonna have to
button.
find it.
No, I'm just gonna ignore
it.
Where is it? Up here is the awakened piece that I got. So just to show you, all my gems are still in. I have the same stats still. So yay. Let me do another one because I want to show how the bonus chance goes up. Okay, now this one. So currently it's at 10% again. If I can find the awakening button.
Nice.
And hopefully fail.
You're doing really good not being able to see your mouse, by the way.
I'm trying. Oh, it went.
Yeah, and then wow.
I'm using
you got
all my RNG.
You're using all of your luck. You can't go home and play now. You've used it up.
It's always the freaking same.
You guys did see that the crystallization chance is there. Yes, it can crystallize.
So what happens when you crystallize it, there is an item that you can buy on...
I know, hacker, right?
This never happens on live, only in internal servers. Crystallization Scrolls you can buy, if I recall right, on Honor Shop for 4,000 Honor.
10K.
10K Honor.
10K Honor.
So if your item, in the chance that your item crystallizes, you can use this decrystallization scroll to reverse the crystallization and try again the awakening. There is also an item that you can buy on the Prestige shop, which is called Rune Scribe Quill. With the Rune Scribe Quill, you can combine that with 50 Hyrum Awakening Scrolls to create a sacred Hyrum Awakening Scroll.
So that means if you can get 20 a day, 20 of the basic ones per day, that means it can take you basically 3 days because it's 20, 2.5 essentially.
But also keep in mind that you can get them also. You can also farm the scrolls from the Enraged.
You could get the remaining
Abyssal,
ones after 2 days from mobs.
But if you only do the quest and you happen to not farm those and get any extras, then yes, in 2.5 days worth of daily quests you can get.
It's the Rune Scribe Quilladon.
Yes, you can get a Quilladon, Rune Scribe Quilladon to turn it into a sacred version of the scroll, which you can see it only costs one sacred Hyrum Awakening Scroll to attempt the awaken, and it's actually 50% base chance of success.
And they're asking what the prestige cost is for the Quilladon scroll, which is now, it's kind of like Harambe.
You know, that's a good question. Hey, Quilladon, can you look that up for me?
Quilladon says 400 prestige on the current internal build, y'all.
Y'all.
He did say y'all.
So 400. Yeah, and this is the awakening process for Hyrum. So once it goes to second tier, which is Radiant, it then can be synthesized all the way to tier to Divine.
Right.
Did I miss anything on the Hyrum stuff?
I
think that's it.
Yeah, that's on the actual Hyrum gear, right, for the awakening.
And it still remains as far as only Hyrum can be fed into Hyrum to level it. There's no change in that, but you can get the infuses, which I mentioned, drop from the Enraged Abyssal Legions in Reedwind, Exalock, and Sun Gold. So those can also be used as synthesis material to level it faster.
So I want to go over that stuff, actually, the Hyrum gear synthesis.
Yes.
So it's available in a couple ways. We've got dropping from mobs. We've got for gold, and then also for credits. But the golden credits, let me read this here for you real quick. Okay, so you can get 6 Hyrum infusions, the basic kind, which will give you 100 XP each, which is less than another piece of actual Hyrum gear, or 2 rather. For 50 gold from the marketplace, but you can only do that once per day per account. So it's very limited, and it's the lowest one. And then for credits, essentially you can get 5 lucky unidentified Hyrum infusions, which means you have to actually identify them, and they will give you. They will always turn into the arcane version, which is 400 XP for 400 credits, but you can only do that again once per day per account. You can also do the same thing, 5 lucky unidentified Hyrum infusions. Luckies always turn into 400 XP for 50 loyalty, and there's no limit per day for that.
So you can spend your loyalty on
You can spend your loyalty, but that's crazy to me. I don't think I would do that. So unidentified Hyrum infusions that can proc from Grand to Arcane, which is 250 to 400, but Luckies always proc to the 400 XP one, and the unidentified ones can actually drop from the Enraged Abyssal Legion mobs. We talked about that. It's 50 labor to identify, so you can farm them up and then spend a whole day doing like identifies or something. Now I think it's important to note that the lucky unidentified Hyrum infusions stack to 1k, as do the regular unidentified Hyrum infusions, but once you identify them, they no longer stack. So that's really important. And so yeah, basic is 100 XP, grand is 200, rare is 250, and arcane is 400. So those are the ways. And Hyrum is not tradable.
Yeah, somebody also asked about the Quill. If it's tradable, it's not, unfortunately.
No, a lot of this is for your growth only, not as a money-making system. Which some people I definitely see that being an issue, but it can definitely combat alts and stuff like that, which is something I think that they're pushing for in little ways around the game to try to combat the alt issue, because everybody knows ArcheAge.
I actually forgot a really important thing about. There is one more thing to talk about when it comes to Hyrum, and that is Serendipity Stones. You can now reroll stats on your Hyrum gear using Serendipity Stones. So that is also newly added with this update.
Right.
I'm not going to do it because I can't see the buttons. I'm getting tired of this. But yes,
We're almost done.
Serendipity Stones for re-rolling Hyrum stats is now available.
So now if you don't find the perfect piece, you can get Serendipity Stones, or what you can do is find the piece that has, 2 out of 3 and just keep upgrading, and then finally you're like, okay, I want to get rid of this one, I want to change this one. And that's the synthesis, I'm sorry, the Serendipity Stones are independent of synthesizing to the next tier, which would then make, or to the next grade, which would then make your you able to roll one. So it's an addition to that. Okay, so we did all of the Hyrum gear stuff. Wow, Harambe, you are much.
So Hyrum gear, let's continue talking
What,
about
more?
gear.
Oh, that's right, okay.
Yes, not Hyrum, but let's talk about the rest of dungeon gear.
Yes.
And let's talk about Mistsong gear specifically first, because Mistsong, also as someone just mentioned in chat, has an awakening process now. So the overall change is that with Mistsong gear, Tier 1 and Tier 3 is basically discontinued from the game. And now what you get from killing easy mode, Doshul, Sojong, and Arya is weapons. So easy mode now gives you Tier 2 weapons, which you can then synthesize and awaken to Tier 4 directly.
And just so you know, yes, Tier 2 can be fed into Tier 1 Hyrum gear. It can, as synthesis. You can use Tier 2 for Tier 1.
Oh yes, you can absolutely.
Yes, you can.
If you have any, so if you have anything right now that's Tier 1 or Tier 3, the recipes are still available on the Salvage Forge in Mirage. So if you're planning on upcrafting your piece, you can still do that. Go to the Mirage Forge, the recipes are there. But the basic idea is now that Tier 2 drops from the mob and then you awaken it to Tier 4.
Yeah, I realized that there were some questions about the previous one. I'm trying to go through and write them down, guys. I will get to them. Thank you.
Yeah.
We're going to continue.
So yeah, again, Tier 1, Tier 3 removed. But if you have pieces, you can still upcraft them at the Mirage Salvage Forge. Now, what also has been changed is that there's an actual cap on how high you can synthesize it. Also, Mistsong gear, sorry, let's just say that right at the beginning. Greater Gear Plus and Mistsong gear is allowed also with the synthesis system, so you no longer can regrade them, you have to feed other dungeon gear into it to level it up. With that said, so Tier 2 Mistsong can go to a maximum of Legendary, and then once it is Legendary, you can awaken it to Tier 4, which can go all the way to Aranor. Now to awaken them, there is going to be a separate scroll. So instead of the Hyrum Awakening Scroll, you have Mistsong Awakening Scrolls. And these scrolls can be crafted at the workbench in Mistmirror outside Mistsong. And if I can... Come on. Yay! It worked! There you go. To show you the recipe. So you can craft those at the Distorted Mistsong workbench in Mistmirror.
Yeah, I do want to call this out. Celestrata said it. At the current time, XL is looking to move away from creating additional Obsidian tiers. And Obsidian gear will not be coming to Fresh Start. That was something that I needed to say, and I did not put that in my notes. Thank you for reminding me, Celestrata.
Okay. Now, we talked about Tier 2 Mistsong now drops from the mobs, the easy difficulty, not mobs, from the easy difficulty bosses, so the Shul, Sojong, and Arya. Once it is Legendary, you can awaken it to Tier 4, and the scroll for that can be crafted, and it comes with a base chance of 30%, and it has the same mechanic applied to it to every time you fail the awaken, your chances of success go up. It has the same properties of where it fails, either nothing happens or it can crystallize, and the same decrystallization scroll that you can buy for honor can be used to reverse that process. One thing that I haven't actually mentioned yet that you can also see on the other Hyrum Awakening is that you can actually see what the item will become on a successful awaken in this UI. Where is my mouse? Oh, I was on it for a second. Please, I'm trying to find it. You can see on the top on the left is my legendary Mistsong weapon, on the right is my scroll, and in the middle below it is the item that it will become on a successful awaken. So that's also nice because you can also, it will do a side-by-side comparison on what exactly happens to your weapon when you awaken it. So let's see. These changes, by the way, do not affect Taurus weapons. So Taurus weapons still have their upcrafting path in the folio, but basically, so the tier 1s, so for like the Doom Shadow Nadachi, the tier 1 is removed, and then the prime third step is removed.
Sorry, going to go back real quick. Lunafrost, do they stay when you awaken? Or is it just gems? They stay as well?
Gems and Lunafrost stay. Another thing that's coming with... oh yeah, by the way...
Look at him, press the button, press the button. It's hard when she can't see her mouse, guys.
Okay, I'll try. I'll open it and I'll try to awaken it.
Yeah, they want to see you do it.
Okay, let's do... Was I on a Pledgeful Wings? No, that's the divine version. Here. Let's try the Pledgeful Wings, which should go... Come on. I'm on the... There. I was on there for a second.
There it is.
Ah!
There.
Here. Okay, go.
We got it. I mean, you've been killing it all day. You just nailed it.
Oh, see, now I failed.
Get wrecked.
But nothing happened in this case, but I got an added 5% chance of success for next time, so let's hit it again.
Those are fail stacks for people who call them that.
Yeah. And now success. And
all
now
right.
it's a Flame Spike.
Another people want to know the Awakening Scroll that's used for, the Decrystallization Scroll that's used for Hyrum. Is it also going to work for the rest of the gear in the game?
No. So
just for
Mist Song and Hyrum are the only gear types that you can awaken, and the only gear types from dungeon gear types that you can awaken and that have a chance to crystallize. Therefore, the Crystallization Scroll only has to be used on those two if in case of crystallization.
Right.
Another thing to mention is, so there is no actual new tier of Mist Song gear added, just the way that the existing Mist Song gear is created and upgraded has changed.
And how much, they want to see how much XP is given when you put dungeon gear into other dungeon gear. And again, only greater dungeon gear can go into...
So this is really hard for me to show again because I can't see my mouse.
Yeah,
but it's basically the higher, so if you have already like higher tier mist dungeon items that you want to feed into other dungeon items, it also depends, the higher grade the item is, the more experience it's going to give. And with that said, so the synthesis level is legendary for tier 1 items. And then that also includes the armor. So the maximum level for the armor that you get from Mist Song is also legendary now. So again, tier 1 plus armor legendary. Once you get it to tier 2, which is the currently existing tier 4, it will be all the way to Eternal. I also want to bring up the shards, the dagger shards that you can get, so those will no longer drop. But if you happen to have a shard on you already right now, you can right-click one shard and it will turn it into a Wicked Whisper dagger for you.
A lot of people are asking where are we getting Lunarite, Fire and Wave Lunarite now if they're not coming out of metallic chests. I actually don't know that yet.
What? So Wave and Copper, Fire, Wave and Copper come from the locked Copper, Silver, and Gold crates.
They still come from those?
Yes.
Okay.
The Copper, Silver, and Gold crates have
they
a chance
they still come from those to drop that stuff.
Yep. Is that everything on Mist Song?
Yes, everything is basically bound Blycey. The Honor Scroll, or the Decrystallization Scrolls, I'm sure all of that stuff is bound.
Yes, all of that is bound, yes. Sorry. Let's talk about the normal dungeon gear then. So the normal dungeon gear, which is everything but Mist Song dungeon gear, also has a synthesis system applied to it now. So for the most part, if it's greater plus, and some of the items have been removed and the way you acquire them has been changed completely. So instead of getting a tier 1 drop now in certain dungeons and then you can upcraft it to tier 2, the way it's changed now is that the regular dungeons will drop the tier 1 version of dungeon gear, and then the greater version will give you the tier 2, has a chance to drop the tier 2 version. So there's no upcrafting path anymore.
Right.
So Bloodless Blade, for example, drops from a regular version, and then if you go into greater, you have a chance to get the Nimble Bloodless Blade. For the Viper Fang, if you go into regular Howling Abyss, you get the Poison Viper Fang, and if you go into GHA, you have a chance to get the Child Kills Viper Fang. The middle one, the middle Viper Fang, for that purpose, has been removed from the game. So if you have one, you can still use it, but you can You can upcraft it to the Child Killer's Viper Fang too if you want to, using the Salvage Forge and Mirage, but from the bosses it will no longer drop. You either get the poison or you get the Child Killer.
So for all the things that are being like retired, the tiers that are being retired, they're essentially, you just go to Mirage, you craft them up using the previous mats, not the new synthesis system, and once you get them onto the track, let's say you have a 1, and you upcraft it on Mirage, it turns into a tier 2, which is the new tier 1. And then the next time that you, it becomes part of the synthesis system. You pump stuff into that. It will skip the old tier 3 and go straight to essentially the old tier 4, which is now tier 2, if I'm not mistaken, right? So it goes. There's a new tier 1, tier 2.
Tier 2 drops. Tier 4 is what it goes into.
So tier 2 is now tier 1.
Yes,
and then tier 4 is now tier 2, right? So essentially, and then if you're if you have an old tier 3, you have to go to Mirage and upcraft it to tier 4, which is technically the new tier 2.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense. I tried. I know.
Too many tiers. Yes, I know.
There are 4 tiers, 4 old tiers, but we're only keeping
2 of them.
2 of them, which are tier 2 and tier 4, and they're being shifted down to be called tier 1 and tier 2. There we go. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So we did the same thing with Obsidian, or ArcheAge did the same thing with Obsidian.
Yeah. So just a few more examples where you go into, you get the regular versions from the regular dungeons, and then the greater version will give you the better version. There's no more upcrafting of that. So now let's talk about how you can better those. So the stuff that you get from the lower dungeons, such as the Inquisitor Jerkins, so not the High Inquisitor, but the first version, the Inquisitor Jerkins or the Thornscales shields, those can still be hired and they're great using normal regrade scrolls. Stuff that you get from greater dungeons, however, have to be synthesized. You can easily see if it says synthesis unavailable, like on this tooltip, that means that you can regrade them if you want to, but I'm not certain that people will want to, spend the resources to upgrade.
So they have a question, a tier 3, let's say you just don't have the mats and it's too late because you're not going to get the mats anymore. You can use it as synth for...
You can feed it into
You can still feed it, yes.
Absolutely.
So that was for you.
None of that is useless. Like, you can absolutely still feed it.
Begin with a P. Pepperon nom nom nom?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for you.
So yeah, lower grade dungeon gear can still be regraded, but everything else goes under the synthesis system now. I want to find that button down here right now. Gear upgrade. So you can see when I open this, everything is under synthesis now. Hyrum gear can be fed into Hyrum. And now what's interesting, what I'm seeing is that you can feed any greater dungeon plus gear into Mistsong and vice versa. So if I wanted to upgrade, let's see, my Nimble Blood Mist Blade.
Soulforged is not a thing.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't feed into anything.
So my Nimble Bloodless Maid, I can, if I wanted to level, sacrifice my Mist Song gear to level it, I could do that. But reverse is also true. So greater dungeon gear plus can be fed into each other for dungeon gear.
So all of these changes, including last week's stream, all coming on the 18th. It's a big patch.
Yeah, there's a lot of changes to trading and then the big overhaul on dungeon gear.
If you guys are asking what's available on Fresh, please go read all of the previous articles that I've written, because you guys are asking a lot of questions that are already answered, like golden tokens and tier 2 vehicles and boats and stuff like that. Go read. You guys can do that. We got to focus on what we got to get out because we don't have too much time.
Okay, so there's one more thing to bring up with. So we talked about all the 3 different tiers, I guess. They really split up into Hyrum, Mistsong, and then the other greater dungeon gear plus. There is a new item that you can craft called Abyssal Enhancers, and those work basically the same way like the infusers. And you can craft those to add experience to both your Mistsong gear and your the greater dungeon gear to level it up. I'm trying to find... No, I don't care about this. I can't find it. I'm sorry, you guys.
You're trying.
But, okay, let me show you. There's 3 different ones that you can craft. Those can be crafted at the dungeon workbenches and require different ingredients. The rank 1, they all take, not just crystals, motes, abyssal motes or crystals,
motes, right.
And then they also acquire dungeon ingredients such as the sea foam that you can get from the Huda. But there's rank 1, rank 2, and rank 3 that you can feed into your gear to level it. and those are craftable. And as expected, none of that stuff is tradable. So let me... Sure, my Dark Watchers Breachers, I really want to level those.
Thank you.
So I can put that in there.
Thank you, Celstrata. I was trying to get that link too. Kaya, I have no idea. It's probably being bug tracked. All right, so hit it.
Abyssal Enhancers. I will try to find that button.
It's not going to do anything. You're just going to get.
It's just getting
you're gonna get 1400 XP.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the changes to dungeon gear, including the addition of Hyrum gear tier 2. I'm sorry, like I didn't get to show you guys more than I really wanted.
It's okay.
My UI is not working properly.
We do have a couple more things to go over. Are we done with dungeon gear stuff?
I
There
think
was
so.
a lot, so.
I know. Do you have any questions about that written down?
No, I don't. I'm going to open up.
Yeah. Oh, actually, sorry. There's one thing I
Okay.
forgot to mention. That's maximum grades on dungeon gear.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the tier 2 dungeon gear, now the maximum grade that it can go to is divine. With that said, if you have a Viper Fang that's epic, nothing is going to happen to that grade. If you have it above that, it's not going to reverse or anything after the change. You're going to keep that. But with the synthesis system, you can take it to a max of divine. So divine for greater dungeon gear. Serpentis and Drowned Love gear can go to epic. Mist Song can go tier 1 to legendary, and then tier 2 Mist Song and Zataris weapons can go to eternal. So that's the breakdown on max grade for those.
Right. Earring Frost and Costume Frost.
Oh my god, we haven't even talked about
I know.
Kraken.
We still need to talk about
Okay,
Kraken.
I'm sorry.
All right. So we're going to be pushing into the Atlas Reactor stream time a little
Can
bit.
we? Okay.
Yep. I let them know that we're probably going to do that. Can dungeon gear get tempered?
I believe so. I mean, yes, I'm right there
Yeah,
on
the
that.
tempering
So the
is
greater
there.
dungeon gear can be tempered. Mist Song can be tempered as well.
Right.
Hyrum, however, if I recall,
Yeah, no
right,
more dungeon
cannot
talk.
be.
I agree. We have more stuff. This is coming on the 18th, Burb.
Yes.
18th.
On the 18th.
18th.
Next Wednesday.
Burb on the 18th. Burb, guess what? Guess what, Burb plays?
Who is Burb?
Golden tokens will be in this next patch on the 18th.
When?
It's on the 18th.
Okay.
All right. Oh, good. People in chat figured it out too. It's on the 18th. Okay, good. All right. Go read some things, please, people. We're trying to get some stuff done.
Show us the honor shop. Okay, I'm gonna try to find the button while I continue
Okay.
talking.
Well, wait. Do you have more?
Well, no, not about gear, but about Kraken, right?
Oh, well, hold on. I have more stuff about gear.
Oh.
There's going to be... Oh, I'm sorry. I just hit the mic. I'm sure that was loud. I apologize for that, everyone. So
God,
we have the grade buff and the armor type buff, and how weapons will deal different types of damage now. And there's a certain weapons will deal slashing, crushing, and piercing. Okay, so let's talk about the grade buff first. I'm going to keep this as brief as I can. Quill knows a lot more and can answer questions if we need to, but I'm going to put this up on the forums anyway so people can, and honestly, it's going to come out in the patch notes pretty soon. Okay, so the grade buff. First of all, we're adding Grand and Rare, which means there's no more like doing a divine buff and then having like a grand item in there. That's no more. You can't do it. So it will go to the lowest tiered item that you have of 4 or more pieces of gear of the same type. I'm sorry, of the same grade rather. So it's been changed now. It's removing some stats from those and it's being simplified and buffed, meaning it will give you only health, mana, and then skill damage and healing percentage increases, and none of the other like parry block and stuff like that. But specifically, the health and mana it's high. It's a bigger number than it was in most cases, and it also depends on the gear, meaning not just the type of gear, but also the like level of gear. So type again, it's just different type. So you can see all of that stuff. We're going to put that up in the patch notes. We've also got the armor type buff, meaning if you have cloth gear or if you have plate and leather. So piercing is going to be That's going to be defending against, meaning giving you bonuses to certain, or bonuses against rather, certain types of damage. So there's piercing, slashing, and crushing. Piercing is going to be swords and spears. Slashing is going to be dagger, katana, and nodachi. And crushing is going to be axes, clubs, and scepter staff. Plate is losing damage reduction and block chance. Cloth is losing crit rates and defense penetration. And leather is losing crit damage and attack speed. So that is something important to know. Bow is piercing. Actually, I don't see bow in here. That's funny. Bow probably piercing. Dagger is slashing. Yes. Yeah, I realize some of those don't make the most real world sense, but yeah, it's only melee. That's right. Thank you. It's only melee. It doesn't have to do with magic and bows. Okay, I forgot about that. Thank you. You said it. We triggered a memory of it. Okay, so one of the things. Let's see. There's cloth is going to get 0% across the board. Reduction from piercing, slashing, and crushing. And leather is going to get a 15% boost to protection from slashing. Plate is going to go from 0 to 15. No, wait. Is this reversed, Quilladon? Please. 15. Okay, yeah. So this
Maybe you should summon a Quilladon for this.
I know, I should summon a Quilladon. It's actually increased damage. So it's not reduction; it's an increased damage. So 15. It says 0 to 15. It's very unclear in the design doc. But essentially, plate is going to go from 0 to 15% for piercing, and from 15 to 20% for crushing. So you'll have more damage against those types. There's an attack speed change. Also, this is indicative of me. Thank you. Get in here, Quilladon.
Hey, it worked.
Quill's like, I can't stand this.
What more do you want?
All right, so basically these. This is not a reduction. This is an increase in damage too. So 15% on plate.
So cloth was already getting 15% damage from piercing and slashing live right now.
From additional damage too.
Yes.
Not protection from.
0.
There we go.
Yeah.
Quill, your head's cut off. Get back. Come on, get down here.
God.
There we go.
So yeah, cloth will have no extra effectiveness because it already has basically crap PDF.
Right. It's efficacy against.
15% more damage from slashing weapons. Plate gets 15% from piercing and 20% from crushing. There's a 50% chance for the weapons to proc this.
That was the big one.
On physical attacks. Does not affect magic attacks.
Right. I hope you guys can hear him from our mics. I think it's working. But yeah, Quill the hero. We just went over this. There's so much to this patch.
Totally fun.
And then attack speed changes. This is big because normally it was. And I copy and pasted the wrong one. There's it's weird. Every weapon type has a different attack speed change now. So yeah, please sit down, scoot in.
I'm gonna stay for a second.
There goes the mic. So the attack speeds they range from I think it's 0.7 to 1.1 or something like that. Sorry.
I'm not staying. It's fine.
It's 1.1. I will get those numbers in the patch notes for you, but just know that each weapon is going to have its own kind of base attack speed.
Good, because I know nothing about the
You don't know?
changes.
Okay, good, yeah.
I'm going to go.
All right, you can see it. Thank you so much. Quilladon, save the day! Where's the gold bar decor items? We keep pushing for it, man. We keep pushing for it. Okay, thank you. It's from 0.8 to 1.3. Thank you. God, I was so close. 1 point, I don't know, 1 point.
What, the gold bar? Oh, I wish we got those back.
I know.
I love those.
I know.
Make
We
me look
have
like
this
a baller.
one player who has been bugging me for a while, and every
Yeah.
time I'm just like,
You know,
noted.
while we're on the topic of decor, I want those figurines back that you were able to craft in Diamond Shores.
Oh, yeah.
I want
okay.
those, and I want the gold bars
And
back.
and Fresh Start really wants some Yada costumes and cow costumes, from what I've heard.
I can understand that.
Okay, finally, I'm sorry for that blunder. We will get as much as we can done. Unfortunately, Blitzen has to be banned here for saying that.
So let me talk quickly about two more things that are coming to Fresh Start, which are changes to Kraken and Halcyona. So for Kraken, and this is for Fresh Start only, it's going to be split up where on Tuesdays only the Harunians can compete, take down the Kraken, and then on Thursday only Nuyans can take down the Kraken, and then on a weekend it's a free-for-all, so anyone can participate. Again, this is just for Fresh Start. The way it will happen is 10 minutes before Kraken begins, there's going to be a server announcement telling people which faction can fight the Kraken for today. There's going to be a 10-minute, a 5-minute, and a 2-minute warning, and then after that, you will have to get out of the area that's around the Kraken or be teleported out unless you are the faction assigned to being able to kill the Kraken for that day. What that means for you, if you are on the ocean with some trade packs and you do not make it out of the zone, even though there was the warning, basically as soon as the event starts, or if you swim into the area, let's say you are a Haranian swimming into the Kraken area on Tuesday, on Thursday, where it's for Nuians, you get a pop-up window that gives you 30 seconds to get out of the area, or it will forcibly teleport you. What that means for packs is if you have one pack on your back and you're being forcibly teleported out of the area, that pack will drop. If however, you're going into that area with a trade ship full of packs, your ship will despawn, and then after the event is over, you can go back where the ship was despawned and then spawn it again, and your packs will be still in there.
I'm not going to lie, it seems silly. It seems silly to do that, but it's how they want to go with it, so we're going that direction.
Honestly, I mean, like, how punishing is it if you don't know anything about that and then you drive your merch into the area and, like, within 30 seconds have to turn around the whole thing and get out of the limit?
You have to get out as fast as possible.
Right.
So it's not super punishing, but it is a little silly. We do understand that, but it's something that they're trying to do, and then they're going to see it happen, and then they're going to make changes. Potentially based on the feedback and how it works and how how much it obstructs players participation and stuff.
So no contesting on Tuesday and Thursday. On Saturday and on the weekend it will be for everyone accessible. But this is just fresh start again.
Right.
So
specifically these are fresh start Kraken changes only. That's important.
Yeah. There's also going to be similar changes to Halcyona for Fresh Start again only. So if you are participating in Halcyona, there's going to be a cap of 150 Nuians and 150 Haranians that can participate in the event at the same time. If there are more than 150 for either of the factions, you're basically placed in a waiting queue. And it's kind of like an arena queue, you can go ahead and do whatever you like, other than entering Mirage or a dungeon. That will cancel your queue. But you can continue on playing, and then once you become available of going to Halcyon and participate, you can be teleported there. With that said, there's also other changes to make the whole amount of time that there is a restriction on the zone shorter. There's no more war golems. Again, this is fresh start. No more war golems for Halcyona. Their guard captain is leaving after 5 minutes instead of 10. And then the whole duration of the event is limited to 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's and again, fresh start only for those Halcy changes. And then there's an AFK timer. Did you mention that?
There is an AFK timer, so if you are AFKing in the zone, you will be placed in a queue and booted out.
Okay.
So again, this is just during the war in Halcyona.
Right.
This is not something that's going to be always just during war.
I see a lot of questions. What about accessory Lunafrost? Are they available from crates as well? The crates are only dropping which type of Lunafrost?
I believe it's literally the Lunafrosts that are available on the Honor Shop
in the Honor
right
Shop.
now.
So all of those, yep. Yes, Delph is coming. Cloaks. I actually don't know much about the cloak system on Fresh Start right now, but I know Delph is going 55, level 55. Warborn, the new areas, the 3 areas associated with Warborn and Dwarves. It's all in the article. There's so much going on in this patch. It's been pretty overwhelming getting all this stuff together. The patch notes have taken a little bit longer than we intended, but they're going really well and we're getting that stuff done. I see a lot of questions about the Cynthium stone stuff, the bound Cynthium stone stuff. I don't know, but I was hoping that Celestrata would read and be able to help answer that question. But I wrote it down in the beginning of the stream. I've seen it asked like 50 times. The last time it was asked to me, which was last week, I basically said, we have to wait for the new build to come in to be able to test that. And I don't know if that has been a priority for testing in comparison to all of the other stuff. And Celestrata says, we can't answer that today at least, but we have a question in on it, which means we essentially send an info request to XL and then we wait for their response. And then we follow up on those when if they don't respond within a certain amount of time, which is, we need that information, obviously. This is a lot of that stuff. So is the AFK timer going to apply to Miss Marrow 2?
I believe so.
Yeah, I think that all of those kick systems, like all of those queue systems, essentially, are all functioning in the same tech.
Not sure. I could not confirm.
Yeah,
that,
it's hard to confirm.
So.
Listen, Moby wants us to get out of here. No.
You have to do giveaways though.
10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, we're gonna do some giveaways. So. Thank you for dealing with all of this info dump. I do apologize for some of that confusion in the middle there. And X's are not going to work today. Instead,
can I show? Oh,
hold on. Pecador or Pecador. I think it's Pecador. I wrote it down really sloppily because I have chicken scratch. From Ezzy or Prophecy. Happy birthday! So let me see Pecador. Pecador. Let's just spam that in chat.
Happy birthday!
Pecador. Come on, all of that. It's his birthday. So Picador, doesn't matter. Any of those. That's what I'm talking about. Happy birthday. Yeah, Paxador. On Ezzy and Prophecy. So congratulations to you for making another year around the Earth, around the Sun. Wow, heliocentric. We are heliocentric. Okay, so
what are people?
We're Xing up for. I didn't really have a lot of packs or a lot of things to give away today because of the MTX was pushed. The Reedwing costume was pushed till next week, so that'll be next week. So this week is going to be just more Archeum packs. More of the $150.
Oh gosh,
big
I'll
Archeum.
take one of
I know,
those
I guess. All right, so we're just going to give away 4 of those, and then we have a surprise, and I'll tell you about that last. So let's go ahead and just roll for those. Pecador will work.
Pecador. Happy birthday.
We have another birthday that we're going to use for the final giveaway, but I'm not going to tell you what that is quite yet.
Pecador, what are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day.
Yeah, I don't even know if Pecador's here, but somebody mentioned it.
I hope you're eating a lot of cake.
I hope someone clip this for Pecador. All right, we got some winners. Telu, congratulations.
Nanin, 89.
Congratulations, you got yourself one of those. Blanco 7575. I've seen you quite vocal in chat, so thank you for being here.
And Alera with double L and double R.
That's right. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations. You will be contacted via Twitch Whispers. You need to be following us in order to receive that whisper. So please make sure you're following us in the future if you did not win today. And if you did win, you better be following us. Essentially, we're going to contact you. We're going to ask you username and server, and then we'll apply that to your account or give you a code depending on what it is. Okay, the next thing, the big one. Now, he's not here today because it's his birthday, but Crolin is his birthday. And so in honor of Crolin, what are we giving away?
One of these guys right here.
That's right, we're giving it. I saw someone in chat earlier. I want that Yada pillow. Yes. Well, guess what? You get this Yada pillow. It's very comfortable. Look, it's even had a Muzzy head on it, which I don't know.
Happy birthday, Crolin.
Yeah, happy birthday.
This will require you guys to give us your address so we can physically ship it to your house. But yes, this is what.
So if you are, if you're young and you need to ask permission, please tell your parents. Show them a clip of this right here. Tell them that you did win this, but you need to be given permission to give your address, unless you're of age and you can give your own address, and that's fine. Please be aware you have to give us your address, your full address, which means your real name as well. All of that stuff. It's very important. And you're going to be giving that to us so that in a Twitch Whisper so we can send you this. It's very important, and please bear with us because customs and shipping time and shipping costs, all that stuff we have to get all that stuff done first. But this is for Crolin's birthday for the Yada pillow. So congratulations to, and the winner is
drum roll.
Cuddy's number 1. Chudy's number 1. Congratulations, or Cuddy. Congrats.
Chudy's number 1. Yay, grats.
Cootie? It might be Cootie. We don't know, but congratulations to you guys, or to you and all the other winners for the packs.
Cootie is number 1. We're dumb.
Cootie is number 1.
Cootie is number 1.
Yeah.
I kept reading cooties.
Oh yeah, that's true. So did I.
Cootie is number 1.
Congrats. That's not how you pronounce Zerbis. I'm sorry, Zerbis. I'm sorry. Coughing. Okay. That's all we got for today. I apologize. There is a good chance we'll have a stream next week. I don't know entirely yet. but there's a good chance we'll have a stream next week. I will let everybody know via Twitter and whatnot, and probably maybe the forums and whatnot. So thank you guys so much for waiting for all of the information. We will, remember this comes out on when? The 18th. I think everyone figured it out now, the 18th. It comes out on the 18th. No golden token giveaway. Sorry, not today. So this comes out on the 18th. The downtimes, because it is a big patch, may be longer. I haven't seen the downtime notification to me yet for me to put it up on the forums, but it will be a bigger number, most likely maybe 3 hours. It's usually 2 for normal. Maybe it's more than 3. Maybe it's 5 for a big patch. I don't know yet, but be prepared for that. That's going to be on the 18th. Oh, it's the 13th. Oh, the 20th. Yeah. No, the 18th. God. Okay. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you later. Enjoy your weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Bye.